All right, so today we got an article that I'm going to share with you. And honestly, this one touched a little bit close to home. And the reason I say that is because I'm a parent. I got two daughters and I got a son. Son's getting ready to graduate high school, actually. And most times when I pick an article that I'm going to discuss, it's something that sparked an emotional response or maybe something that's just trending. Because the fact of the matter is, when you're in this content creation space, you got to make stuff that people want to watch, right? So in this next case, we actually have a track coach who got caught doing some disturbing things. And like I said, as a parent, it touched a little close to home because I remember there was a time where I actually had to take my kid's cell phone from him because during one of my spot checks, I found some stuff that I had to address with them and have a great conversation with them so they can understand that when they have this technology, there's a responsibility behind it. And it's difficult being a parent today when your children coming up have access to so much via the World Wide Web. You got to be able to manage through that. And if they're going to have access to this technology, then you have to be able to coach them through how to use it responsibly. Now, I know it'll be a great debate because even my mother, their grandparent, said they shouldn't have a phone. It's too early for them to have a phone. And that'll be a debate all day long. But they do have it, and it's my responsibility as a parent to make sure that they're using it properly. So in this next story, you'll see why this got the emotional response out of me, and then we'll come back on the back end and we'll talk a little bit more about it.
It is a disturbing exchange of inappropriate content between a 54-year-old coach and a teen girl, a student athlete who has been working with that coach since she was about 8 years old. A DeSoto AAU track and field coach, 54-year-old Anthony Adkison, is charged with online solicitation of a minor. Balch Springs police investigators tell Fox 4 the disturbing case was exposed when Adkison sent a late-night text to the victim, a 16-year-old girl. That teenager's father was in control of her phone. He responded, pretending to be his teen daughter. Police say some very disturbing findings in that cell phone are what followed.
This startled the dad, was very upset, and brought it to our attention.
A news release on Adkison's arrest states Adkison was asking for video recordings involving sexual acts from his daughter in exchange for money. The parent also discovered that Adkison had sent a sexually explicit image to his daughter.
Like he wanted her to do something and then send it to him.
Yes, that's correct.
And then he'd pay her for that.
Correct.
Investigators say Adkison has coached the 16-year-old girl since she was about 8 years old. Counselors are continuing forensic interviews with her as she receives ongoing care. Adkison's history is now a major focus for investigators.
Anthony Atkins has been a coach for about 30 years. And that is a very long time. And I understand that there may be older individuals who have been under the guidance and under the coach of Coach A. And so we're trying to see if there's any other victims out there.
Police want any more potential victims or parents of victims to know the length of time passed does not matter.
Kudos to the parent for having control of his daughter's phone. I don't know why you had it, sir. Whether she got in trouble, whether you were doing a spot check, maybe you take the phone every night just so it can be in your possession. For whatever reason you had that phone, it's a good thing you had it because you see what you came across. And this is what I mean about the kids having access to this technology. It's not only what they have access to, it's who has access to them as well. There's predators out there, and you see right here in this case, why would this grown man be sending those type of messages to a 16-year-old and then be asking for what he's asking for? You heard what they said. He was asking her to do stuff and he was willing to pay for it. Really? There's nobody in your age group that you could have tried to solicit that from. Like, as creepy as it is, and this is why I react the way I react with my own kids, and we have the conversations we have, and I do the spot checks in their phone, and I'm so involved in their school, and I want to know who their friends are, what teachers they like. I get involved in all of that, and I feel like I have to be because this is the type of stuff that's out here in the world. Now, we've been blessed. Knock on wood, we haven't had to deal with any of that here. But the people that are out there that got to deal with that, my heart goes out to them because I can only imagine how they feel. How are they making it through this? How are they responding to this? It's hard being a parent in 2024. We have so much that we have to deal with, things that we didn't have to deal with when we were coming up. I remember going outside to play. I was out all day long, might come home to get a drink of water, and then I'm back out the door. My parents didn't worry about me. They knew we were in the neighborhood playing football, dodgeball, manhunt, whatever it is that we were doing. We were outside, and we didn't have to worry about these things. Now, people have so many ways to get access to children and get access and to get at you that we have to be cautious with everything that we do. It's unfortunate, but this is the world that we live in today. So, with everything that we talked about today, do you guys agree you should be in your kid's phone knowing what they got going on? Are you involved in the kid's school? Do you know what's going on? Do you know who their friends are? Leave it down in the comments and let's have this conversation. Until next time, I'm out. He opening up a can of worms like you could go viral tomorrow.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in to another episode of the Labor Lounge. We appreciate you. Labor Lounge, that's right, we been working out. All that issue can't talk at work, we can talk about. Labor Lounge,